Good morning, guys. About to go on the school run. Got to get some kids to brush their teeth and then I will come back to you. I need a glass of water or something. It's all a bit sudden. I'm gonna make myself a coffee in my favourite Yeti flask so I can take it with me on the walk and it will stay hot the entire time. This is how I look on the school run. Good morning, guys. Let's start again back from the school run. Not looking my freshest, have to say. Pretty much got up and went. So let's start this vlog again because I want to have a fresh day, a positive start to my day. And that means getting ready. I want to do my skincare routine. I want to change out of these clothes. I'm wearing like a big hoodie and leggings. Let's put on something nice, do my makeup and set myself up for a good productive day. Let's start with skin. I need to take off my hoodie though. I can't do my skincare with hoodie. This video, guys, contains an integrated paid for ad by Beauty Pie. Just one of my faves for skincare, makeup, fragrance. It's probably the brand I talk about most to my friends in real life. I actually just lent my Beauty Pie LED mask to my cousin because she was asking me about it and I was like, borrow it, give it a go, see what you think. So yeah, I'll be talking about Beauty Pie in a moment when we go into the bathroom. Okay, clothing wise, I've just put on a little white vest top and then this red cardigan from Suzanne, which I kind of done up a couple of buttons and then left the bottom open, and I'm wearing my M&S leopard print jeans. I think with leopard print, I find it easiest to wear with red or blue. So either like a pop of red or like a denim shirt goes really nicely, or a blue shirt with leopard. Those are my favourite colour combinations with leopard print, because I know sometimes it's quite tricky to know how to wear the leopard. I think either with like red trainers and a denim shirt or something like this. It looks very bright on camera, but it's not that bright in real life. Okay, let's go sort out my face. Okay, so my skin has been pretty good recently, quite manageable, unless it's like a hormonal thing and I'm on my period or something. It's been pretty good. I would say my only complaint with my skin recently is that I get little whitehead spots. This sounds really gross, but like in and around my nostrils. What is that? Is that just because it's cold? Is that because maybe I get like a little bit of a runny nose and it doesn't get like clean properly? If anyone knows, let me know, because they're the worst, because when you like pop those spots, it makes you sneeze. It's so painful, especially if they're like right inside your nose. Sorry, so TMI, but that is probably my only skin complaint. So let me show you a morning routine that I have been loving recently, just for like a really juicy, hydrated, brightening, like soothing morning routine, because it's cold outside. There's lots of heating on inside. My skin is just like all the elements. What is going on? This is new from Beauty Pie, and I love when Beauty Pie launch a new skincare product, because I think skincare is probably my favourite thing from Beauty Pie. It's so good. If you're a member, the price is just insane for the quality. And this is part of the Happy Face range, which I already really liked. I already had this, which is the moisturiser. It's actually called the Extreme Relief Seeker Moisture Cream. So it's a really lovely, like, soothing, hydrating moisturizer, and this is the new cleanser. One, can we just address the jumbo size? I love how big it is. I love that it's huge and it comes with a pump. So satisfying. Let me show you the texture of the cleanser. It's similar-ish to the Japan Fusion cleanser, which I also really love. Look at this kind of like jelly texture. It's so light. Like, you can use it to remove light makeup, but I love this as a morning cleanse. It's so soothing. Like right now, as I'm putting it on, it just feels like it's like soothing my skin. It's so like refreshing. Get in that nose. It's got ingredients like oat extract and aloe vera, centella, which makes it really great for, I mean, all skin types, but in particular any sort of like sensitive skin, because those are really soothing ingredients. It's also got ceramides in, and I love when skincare has ceramides in. You can really feel it. So I'm just gonna remove this with a muslin cloth, and my skin just feels really soothed. You can see there's like no redness and really hydrated. So if I want to start the day with a really good base under my makeup, it's so nice. It's actually called the No Stress Jelly Cleanser, and I love that name because jelly like perfectly describes the texture of this. It's £40 if you're not a Beauty Pie member, but if you are a Beauty Pie member, it's only £12. That is so amazing for this huge size. I'm going to carry on with my routine and use the triple hyaluronic acid serum. I go through so many of these. Look how nice and glowy that is, all the way around my eyes. And then I'm also going to use the Happy Face moisturizer. Just absolutely love the texture of these products. I'm going to let all of these products just like sink in a bit. Oh, I've got a tiny patch of eczema there. I need to put something on that. That randomly appeared last week. And then I'm going to finish off with my Beauty Pie Featherlight SPF 50. Ooh, almost finished this one. Definitely already have a backup going because I use this every day. SPF is the thing that's really going to make the most difference when it comes to anti-aging and all kinds of effects from the sun. And it's also glowy. It's not thick, just sinks in and leaves your skin looking so nice. I'm going to link the Happy Face Jelly Cleanser down below in the description box. It's so nice if you're a Beauty Pie member and you want to give it a go just for £12. It cleanses, it hydrates, it rebalances. Like, it's such a gorgeous cleanser and I've just been loving using this. They sent it to me a little while ago, so I've been testing it out and it's made for a really lovely morning skincare routine. So I'll pop that down below in the description box. I'm going to go put on a little bit of makeup and come back to you guys. I was just listening to Claudia Winkleman on the Dish podcast. She's so great. She's so funny. I love her. It's only 11 o'clock. I normally wait until 11:30, 12, but I had a really early dinner last night, so I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to quickly put something together. I had to get some sourdough out of the freezer because we've run out, but luckily there was some in there. So I eat this all the time. I think it's an Emily English recipe. Probably not the same as her recipe because, as I've mentioned before, I find it very hard to follow recipes. So I kind of look at them, get the gist, and then see what happens when I actually start doing it. But I'm basically just going to mash avocado onto my toast. I'm going to use a whole avocado because I'm hungry. I'm going to make it really like piled high. Also, this bread's pretty small. Avocado, and then I'm going to put a load of salt on that. And then I'm going to take this Longley Farm cottage cheese on top of the avocado. And then I'm going to drizzle on some honey, some chili flakes, some spring onion, a little tiny bit of this lemon olive oil, little bit of parsley, and I've actually got some pomegranate seeds in the fridge which need eating, so I'm going to put some of those on as well. Oh wow. See, that look is something I can get excited about eating. How delicious does that look? Must tidy up. Always forget to tidy up. I went to the cinema the other night to see a film called A Real Pain. I didn't know anything about it. My friend messaged, she was like, really want to see this film? Do you want to go? I was like, yeah, I didn't even watch the trailer. And oh my God, it was like the best film I've seen in such a long time. It's about two cousins that go back to Poland to see where their grandma grew up and to go to a concentration camp, but it's kind of less so about that and more so about their relationship as cousins. One's quite like uptight, he says he has OCD, and the other cousin is very like up and down. It implies that he's got bipolar or depression, but is like a real full of life character as well. That one is played by Kieran Culkin, like always such a hard name to say. And oh my God, apparently he won a Golden Globe for it, which he totally deserved. I came out and I was like, he needs to win an award for that. And everyone was like, yeah, he already has. It was brilliant. Like, it's such a likable character. I mean, how often do you leave a film and think, I need to know what happened to that character? It was so good. Just go see it. Highly, highly recommend. That is a good loaded piece of toast. We're also watching Plain Nice, which I'm not gonna lie, it's on TV. It's so stressful, I can barely get through an episode. I think if you've got kids, especially, it's a really hard watch. It's about two couples who find out when their kids are like 3 that they've got the wrong kid. They were swapped in hospital, which is just like, Rich in particular is actually really struggling watching it, but it's also very gripping. Yeah, it's really good. It's just a hard watch. A funny one, a weird one that we are watching. Basically, when the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special came out, I said to Rich, I haven't really watched Gavin and Stacey before. He could not believe it. I have definitely watched some episodes over the years, and I feel like I know the characters and I know the storyline because I've probably dipped in and out, but I've never fully watched it. I didn't fully watch it when it first came out. I think I was at uni, I don't really know. I watched the Christmas special and I loved it, and it felt really nostalgic even though I didn't watch any of the originals. So now we've gone back and we're like starting again, which Rich is loving because he loves it, and yeah, it's a really nice watch. So when we're in between seasons and things, we will watch that. I'm watching The Masked Singer on a Saturday night, and we let Grace stay up late and watch that, which is always really cute. Even though last week was just the most awkward watch ever with Macy Gray. I was literally watching it live and I was like, well, it's not live, but I was watching it at the time. I was like, this is the most awkward thing ever. She like stormed off and then gave one word answers when she got voted off, and it was just horrendous to watch. And of course, I'm watching Traitors, which I can never remember when it's on. I think it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is really random. But it's so good. Traitors so far this year have been so bad, apart from one, but it's definitely made like for an interesting watch. But honestly, it's so good. Wait, I need to get water, I'm like choking. I'm not normally like into game shows or murder mystery or anything like that, but it's so good. It's such a good watch. I highly recommend it. My friends always say like, oh, but I didn't watch the first 2 seasons. It's not like that. You can just start now. Oh, I've just had a mega sweet craving, but I don't even think we have anything fun, even if I wanted it. I'm just gonna have a date. I know it sounds boring, but dates are actually quite delicious. It tastes like maple syrup. These ones are a bit dry. I like a medjool date. For this section of the vlog, I'm going to show you some home updates. Some things I can show you, some things I can talk you through. I feel like we're at a point now where I want to start adding a bit more personality and character to our home. Not big changes, not structural changes, not like big decorating changes, but it's like we renovated this house 5-6 years ago. We had young kids. A few things took a while to like do, like the dining area, and now also I don't want to do anything big to the house, you know, like I'd love one of those outhouses in the garden. We're not going to do any of that, but there are little ways we can add a little bit more personality to our home, and I'm having fun doing it. So let me talk you through. Some of them are very small, some of them haven't even happened yet, but little things that are making me quite happy around our home. Mainly downstairs. Not much is happening upstairs. We need to redo Rudy's room at some point, but not yet. Everything's pretty much staying the same upstairs. But let's start down here. I've had so many comments on this calendar, which I got for my birthday from a place called Ring a Date. Actually, let me quickly check because I wanted to give you guys a proper description. It says it's a piece of industrial design history designed by Giorgio della Beffa. I think these were basically created in the 70s by an Italian designer. They had an exhibition at the Museum of Modern Art. So the idea, the concept of this is it is a calendar, but it's also meant to be like a piece of art that you have on your wall, which is, I really liked the idea of it. You guys saw when I opened it up on my birthday on YouTube, I was quite surprised that it's like, it's very, do you know what I mean? It's like very light and plasticky. I kind of was expecting it to be like heavy and sturdy. So massive disclaimer if you are planning on getting it yourself. So it does kind of move around a bit. It's got these little rings, these little plasticky rings, and you get one spare one. And you can choose whether you get them in white or red. So I got 2 white and a red. And you move them. So depending on what the month is or the day, you move these rings and you put it on it. So other than the quality being very different to what I expected, see what I mean? It's a bit flimsy. I still love the concept of it, and I love that it's something different. I love the green. It comes in like a white, a red, a green, I think. I still think it's really cool. And I love having this in the kitchen. It's practical. We can check the date, but it's also just fun and different as well. So that is new in our kitchen. I'm loving like putting more stuff on our fridge. I feel like you see a lot on Instagram, people just having like integrated fridges or just plain fridges, but actually I think when it comes to making a home cozy and loving, it's so nice to have a fridge covered in things. I find it quite tricky because I'm vlogging. I can't really have like pictures of the kids or like anything that has their school name on it. So it is a bit annoying. I would preferably like to fill the fridge with stuff, but it's always a bit like, oh, is it going to be in shot? It's a bit like that with everywhere downstairs. I can't have loads of like pictures of the kids downstairs because I'm vlogging. So that's a bit strange. But anyway, loving having more stuff on the fridge, which I can't really show you. In general, I'm just adding more colour to my home. Like I got these from Elm for tea bags, and for my birthday I got this tin from Hay, which we keep all of our grind coffee pods in. It's like little pops of colour. I'm really enjoying it. My Addison Ross salt and pepper grinders. And then I wanted to do something with this pillar. So this is where our house ended when we got it, and we did this as an extension, but we couldn't remove, well, to be honest, we actually could have. It was never given to us as an option from our builder. We actually probably could have removed this, which would have made a lot of things like our kitchen layout easier, but it's definitely more work, more expensive. So we decided to keep this and just work around it. But that's why we had to get like a bespoke kitchen, because that pillar like goes through the cupboards. But anyway, I realised like this is a very plain white boring pillar, and we could probably add a bit of personality. And I was like, either we do tiles. I've seen online like checkerboard tiles, so like a maroon to go with our bench, maroon and white tiles, like checkerboard tiles, that would just add a really nice statement there. Or I've also seen people like Claire Kennedy who have plates hanging here, like different plates. We could hang like a little thing for lemons and limes, do little paintings. I think that could be cute as well, and probably easier than tiling. So that is something I want to do there, just to add a little bit of interest. I'm excited for that. The dining area, I think is done. I could add to that gallery wall, but I think it's fine. Oh, what I do want to do though is fill this bench with loads of different cushions. I hate that there's just like 3 randomly there. It's just so hard to find nice cushions. So I'm just going to keep looking out for cushions and just like fill this with cushions. And actually I want to do the same over here on this sofa. We've got this from Dunelm, which is the like kind of poof that goes in the middle, which I really love. And obviously in an ideal world I'd have it all like beautifully styled with a throw and a wicker tray and a candle and a coffee table book. But I've got kids, and do you know what? Their favourite thing is to stand on this and jump onto the sofa. So that is just going to stay like that for now. But it's really handy because it lifts up, so we can store. I've got like throws, wet wipes, my laptop when I work in the evenings, all in there. I want to fill the sofa with colourful cushions. All we've got are these, which I love the size of them, but so boring and plain. So I need to find new covers for these. I did get this as a bit of a treat from a shop called Hagen in Camden Passage in Islington, which I love, but I don't want to spend this much on all of the cushions. This was just a special one. I need to find some affordable, nice cushions. I love this cushion, which we've had for ages, from Soho Home. And actually what I would love to do is cover this chair as well. Like imagine a red stripe fabric. I just don't have any idea how you cover chairs, and never seem to have the time to get my head around it. But even if we just did this cushion, which is probably easy, I think it would be really cool. It's got so many stains on it now, this chair, it's so old. I think covering it in a cool fabric would add a lot of personality. We're always adding to this gallery wall, and I always get questions about this. I did do a little reel a while ago. It's just a mix of things, really. A mix from just like random prints to little things we've bought, little memories, some family pictures, the photo booth photos, which I've either put in a frame or just stuck on the wall with like washi tape. We've got some postcards up there. I've recently added, is this in shot? This is a really gorgeous photo of my auntie who passed away, and I love that photo of her. She looks so happy and young and so nice. And then we put up a picture of Richard's grandpa up there as well. This is a map. There's a map from a farm we went to in South Africa that I framed. A little painting. So we're just always adding to this. Now, I have to commit to the black frame thing now because I've started it. It's not like the most cozy. I think if I were going to start again, I'd do wooden frames, but it's fine. It works. It's quite a nice contrast. The inside of our front door is bright yellow, so I quite like that together. And then another photo thing I've done, which I'm so excited about, is I basically take loads of photos on my film camera. So the camera which you can't see. It's like an old school film camera. When you take the photos, you can't see them. You have to get them developed. And I find the process all really exciting, and it's such a nice way to like teach the kids to not take a photo and then look at it straight away. Just to like one photo and you're done, you know. But I've got so many of these nice photos, and like I said, I can't really put proper photos, family photos of the kids and stuff around the house. So I thought, let's make the downstairs toilet the place for those photos. And I love like an interesting downstairs toilet. When I go to other people's houses and they've got quirky things in their like downstairs guest toilet, I just always think it's so nice. And ours has been so plain for so long. It's always very hard to show you this bathroom because it's dark and there's no like proper windows. And if I turn the light on, everything just looks totally different. But we've got these pink tiles at the bottom and then this kind of grey paint and this round mirror. And then we've always had this print leaning behind the toilet as well. But now, as you can kind of see, I can't really show you properly, but we're basically filling the walls gradually. So this whole wall here has all film photos. We've got some photo booth photos, and then all the photos that I've printed and put in frames are from my film camera. I've got a little sign that says Lou. I've got a little smiley face print. I just want to fill it so when you walk in, it's like almost overwhelming. Like I might even put photos on the ceiling. Do you know what I mean? I really want it to just be like full of personality and character, and somewhere where people can come in and when they're in the toilet, they can look at all these cute photos of the kids and stuff. And because they're film photos, it doesn't feel naff. It feels really cool. Let me see if there's some that I can show you. Yeah, like I'm happy to show you these. So that's Gray on Rich's shoulder when she was little. And then this is a photo of my dad pulling Gray along with Juno on a snow day. That's a pretty cool photo of Rich and my brother-in-law and nephews and Gray when they were surfing. I mean, Gray doesn't look anything like this anymore, so that is a really cute photo of Gray when she was little, going up the loft ladder. I love this frame. I'll link this down below. This was gifted to me. It's so gorgeous. Yes, I'm really excited for this. I think this is a really nice project and it's going to look so cool when it's done. And then this as well. Excuse these, I haven't steamed them yet, so they're not ironed. So the idea here, this is where our washing machine and dryer live. In our downstairs toilet, we have a washer, dryer, and a little storage area, and it's always just been open and exposed. But I thought it could be cool to try hanging some curtains here. So what I did, if I can show you, that up there is a tension rod that I just got from Amazon. Annoyingly, it can't go all the way to the top and it can't come lower because of this little window here, so it has to go there. But I just put a tension rod, and then I got these kind of cotton curtains from Elm and literally just slipped them onto the tension rod, hung it up there, and now when we have guests over and they're sitting on the toilet, I really need to iron them. They're just looking at this little curtain instead of looking at the washer and dryer. And I think it's worked out really well. Obviously, when the washer or dryer are on, we pull this to the side. I actually got these magnetic ties. These are so good. So you can literally just pull this together, and then I just wrap this around twice, and then these are just magnetic. So that will stay like that and keeps it all nice and safe, because it's probably a fire hazard to have a curtain in front of a dryer while it's on. So that would just stay like that. I'm really happy with that. Just like a really small, very simple thing that is just one of those things that I've ticked off the list that I've always wanted to do. And it might not be perfect, but you know what? I'd rather get something done and it not be perfect than just put something off forever because I'm too worried about not doing it perfect. That is my new motto when it comes to house stuff. The final home update is this little area that I'm looking at right now. Let me quickly turn you around and show you. This wall that takes you from our lounge to our kitchen, which, yes, before anyone says anything, of course I would do the layout of my house differently. We had never done a renovation before. There are definitely things we would change, and this layout of our house we would change, but we live and learn. That is all part of growing up. But anyway, this little area, this wall has changed a few times over the years. It was kind of all styled out and nice and at first, although never properly done. We had a neon light here. I do still like that neon light, but we didn't get it built into the wall, which means that the wire was always hanging down. We never really turned it on, and it looks rubbish when it's not on. So we've put the neon light in storage. I do still love it. It's got lyrics from our first dance. I'm sure it will find its place somewhere in our home one day in the future, but for now it's not quite right. And then this just became a kid zone. Like, we don't have a playroom. Those of you who have playrooms, honestly, appreciate the luxury of being able to shut it all away at the end of the day. This little middle area kind of is our play space, so I just like embrace letting it become play area, and it still is, to be fair, but we have less of the big plasticky toys now than like ever before. We still have a lot, don't get me wrong. We have the piano and the Paw Patrol. We've got a double buggy here. The kids' bedrooms aren't that big, so there's only so much we can keep in their room. But this from West Elm has come back downstairs. This was in our bedroom, but we had to take out our bedroom because Rudy's West Elm chest of drawers have gone into our bedroom. We decided to keep the West Elm drawers because actually Rudy has no wardrobes or drawers in his bedroom at all, so we keep some of his clothes in there in our room. It's, you know, we're just making do, shifting things around the house. But anyway, this has come back downstairs and it's gorgeous. I wouldn't say it was the most practical because it's all open. There's not really anything you can actually store in it, but it looks really nice. It's a really nice console table, and it's not too deep, which is perfect because this middle area is not actually that wide, so you don't want anything to stick out too much. And I have not styled it yet, so do not judge. I bought this lamp down, which I used to use in my office. I don't think it's right here, but I do quite like how it just kind of adds a warmth there when we need it. Got this nice vase here, and then I've just got candle and some bits from around the house. Like, this isn't going to stay. This is a plant pot. And then there's just toys and random stuff everywhere. So this is absolutely not styled. But I wanted to do something with this wall and get some massive piece of art or something to just like bring it to life. Like I said, I can't really have photos. In October half term, we stayed in this gorgeous house in Wales, and they had loads of David Shrigley prints all over the house. And I love David Shrigley prints. They're so random. So many people are like, I don't get it. They're just weird. I think they're really funny, and I love all the bright colors. So I got one David Shrigley print for my birthday from my friends, and then I bought myself another one to go with it. And I thought it would look really nice to have two massive prints here. I think the bigger the piece of art, the better it looks. Unless it's almost really small, like a really small photo, but then I think a big frame with that looks cool. We do have this mirror here, which is a bit random. Most people don't have mirrors downstairs in their house. I kind of need it for work. I know that sounds weird, but having somewhere where I can take a photo of my outfit without having to go all the way upstairs to the loft, that's the only other place we have a full-length mirror. I know it sounds mad, but it is really handy. I don't love this mirror. I think it was from made.com. It's quite simple though. And I've been umming and ahhing whether to keep the mirror there or take it down. I thought we should take it down and just have two prints here. Rich thinks we should keep it. Do you know what I need to do? I need to measure this wall and work out where the center is and just see if it looks weird to not have the table and the prints centered. I don't know as a guest if it's weird for me to have a mirror here. Do you know what I mean? There isn't really anywhere else downstairs I could have a mirror, because if I put a mirror, like, for example, some people have them on the inside door of their coat cupboard, I could probably somehow stick a mirror to the inside, like those IKEA mirrors, but I definitely couldn't use it for photos because the light would be behind me there and it wouldn't work. So it would be just a case of a mirror to check my outfit, but not to take photos in. Oh, I wonder if I could stick a mirror to the inside of this cupboard. Maybe, it's quite narrow. Anyway, let me show you the prints because I'm so happy with them. I got the frames from, actually I think I put Rich in charge of ordering the frames. I was like, please, can I just give you a task? Can you get the frames? I think he got them from Heels. This is the one I got for my birthday, which is the Wasp one, which is more kind of yellowy. And then I wanted to find one of his other prints that I thought would go really nicely with that. So I ended up landing on this one, which is the giraffe squid ink one, the red giraffe. And I think they look really nice together. Can you see that? And I love how massive they are. So I think we're gonna put those up. Rich has just come downstairs quickly to help me. Just need to work out, Rich, where the centre of the wall is, because I think I want to make sure the table is centred.
44.5, 44 3/4.
God, they're really hard to hold, aren't they? Whilst Rich has a little play around, I've asked my brother-in-law to come over. Not that I don't trust Rich, it's just that if we have two people to hold the prints, at least then I can look and decide. I want to see if basically both prints can go up and be centred in the wall whilst the mirror's still there, or if they're going to need to be shifted up, and then if they need to be shifted up, is that going to look weird? Yeah, I think that looks cool actually.
It doesn't look too busy actually, does it?
No, I quite like it. It's a bit more interesting.
And then you line that up in the middle.
So we've got 173.5. What's half of that?
86.5.
87.
62. 12.5. So
12.5 each side.
So yes, you do 12.5 down.
So you got 12, 25, 12.
So that's like 20. You got a little Stanley knife.
Okay. Right.
Go like underneath.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
There's
no way.
Tape. Oh my god. Don't break.
Well, I can't get that end bit.
Don't break.
Oh. This is leftover tape from when we renovated our house I've never been able to get to. Oh, that's actually very satisfying. 5 hours later. Okay, look at the bend in this wall. Our builder's messed up and you can literally see it here, the bend in the wall. So this is very tricky. The moment of truth is whether they actually look straight. because the floor's not straight and the wall's not straight.
Oh, too low.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is why we've been putting it off for so long. Some people make it look so easy. This is why we will never be the sort of people who renovate our own house. Absolutely not. As a thank you to Rich, I just whipped together the super quick scrambled eggs, spinach, gochujang, I can never say that word, hot honey and chili. You gotta go. Bye, thank you, love you. Just need to hoover and get the space back together. So many marks on the wall now.
I know.
Like you can just pencil where this needs to be like centered. Okay, done. I love it. We decided to keep the pictures and the mirror and the console, and actually I quite like it. I like the busyness of it. Really happy. We definitely need to repaint this wall. There are so many like marks and scuffs and holes, and it just needs a whole repaint, but we cannot be bothered yet to do that. One day maybe. I've also got like a huge mark across there from when I hung something at a birthday party, but I love it. Oh my god, it adds so much personality and it's so fun and colourful. Very happy with that. Took longer than I think we all expected. I got this little square canvas the other day and I thought it might be cute to do a little painting for the downstairs bathroom. So it's not just photos, but there's other things in there. And I feel like doing a little painting on a canvas can add nice texture, something a little bit different, and it's homemade and it's just, I like it, but I don't feel very inspired on what to paint. So I'm gonna have a little look on Pinterest and see what I can find and maybe sit and have a little wellness moment, listen to a podcast and do some painting. Shouldn't take me too long. Nice to inject some creativity into my day. Okay, I think I'm gonna attempt some kind of like chili with a stripy background that says spicy. I have no idea. Let's see. If it's all fail, this was like $1.99, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put on that thing I was listening to earlier, Claudia Winkleman on Dish.
How they feel about the whole thing.
Got some acrylic paint.
Don't worry, you trust your gut.
Let's do this. Okay, I'm done and I'm happy with it. Cute. Just a cute little print. Let's see if it will go nicely in the toilet. I don't know how I'm going to hang it. I need to like screw something into that. Yeah, I feel like that would be cute, like here or somewhere. I'm going to head upstairs and do some editing before coming down. I need to make kids dinner, like batch cook a bit. I'm going to do a lentil bolognese. I feel like my vlogs always end in a bit of a mad panic, and it's because I have such like limited slot of the day where I can film, and I normally go upstairs, do some work and come down and I'm like, oh my God, the kids are going to be back in a minute. So I'm sorry that they always feel a little bit like that. I'd love to be able to vlog more into the evening, but by the time we come down from bedtime, it's dark, we are tired, and there's just nothing left in me or Rich. I'm gonna make the kids lentil bolognese. Just sometimes when I feel like they've had too much like meat, it's really nice to do a lentil bolognese. I think I'm just using like a Jamie Oliver recipe. I mean, I'm not sure Rudy will eat it, but Gray will. So we'll see. Gonna give it to him anyway and see if he tries it. But it feels like a bolognese. You can have it with pasta, but it's not meat. So I'm gonna make that now. But I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys today, and I loved showing you all my little home updates. I hope you like them. Don't forget to open up the description box below this video, because I'll be linking everything that I talked about in this video, everything I wore, everything I mentioned, including the Beauty Pie Jelly Cleanser that I mentioned earlier in the video. That will be linked down below as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to catch up with you again next week. Bye.